Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our favorite dating game show, Find Love or Die Trying. It's been a hell of a ride so far. We're gonna go ahead and continue where we left off. Right here. Say file number 3. I hope that my camera is in the correct place. Hopefully. But we're gonna give this a shot. Wait, it's almost there. Give me a second. Okay, beautiful. We're picking back up where we left off, which is essentially picking Scarlet to get her memories back. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right away. Scarlet, there's just something about her, you know? Okay. I found Scarlet inside the library, the place I'd most often meet her for the first time. She always looked so happy when she was reading. It did the heart good to try and make her smile in the same way when I talked to her. We became fast friends again. Similarity of our situations might have played a part in that. Yeah. Still, I'm not sure why Aoi insisted in me going on a date with Scarlet today. I mean, sure, getting her memories back will be a huge win, but... Hey, Scarlet, JD. Uh-oh. I'm glad you're safe. Things are going crazy out here. What's happening? I know it sounds crazy, but there's a horde of zombies outside. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. The Brothers 5 and I, and out of our friend, out of behind the scenes help went crazy, and yes, I remember this. Scarlet, you did this, didn't you? Wait, what? I've been here the whole time with JD. I couldn't have. No, wait a second. Yeah, Scarlet did it the first time. What the hell? I've never heard of anything like this. Wait, what? It's true. Yeah, she's been here the whole time. I can vouch for her. We've both been here since they started, yeah. Well, either way, I bet you can create a cure for it, no? I mean, I probably could, but I needed my equipment. I'm not sure why, but I can find it anywhere. Follow me. You can use your lav. We follow. Yo, hi Techno. I appreciate the lyric. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful night, you too. You too, my friend. You too. We followed Kat to the games room. Kat put her hat against the wall of the games room, revealing a hidden trap door. She walked in and beckoned for us to follow. We walked down the spiraling stairs for who knew how long. I lost track more than a few times. I remember this place. Oh shit. You should have everything you need in this room to make a cure. Just don't go snooping around. This dance belongs to R&D, and we could all get in trouble if you do. Actually, this place doesn't have everything I need. What else do you need? To build a cure, I'm going to need a sample of whatever this is. I need a live specimen. I'm sure you can help with that. What do you mean? I have to help with that? Are you kidding me? What the hell type of date is this? I've got anything that needs my attention. You got this. Just like that, she was gone. If it makes you feel better, I'll help you catch somebody. Oh, okay. You sure? If you're the only one who can make the cure, then it might be better for you to stay back. No, thanks. Oh shit. There's no way I'm letting you out of there alone. I don't want you to think I'm weird, but I've just got this feeling that I'd be pretty good at collecting unwilling zombie specimens. That's oddly specific, but alright. You know, we stand a badass chick. That is weird, but in this case, she's absolutely correct. Some memories must be intact, even if they're kept below the surface. Well, let's get on with this. We went back up to the surface. Everywhere we looked was overrun by zombies. We wouldn't stand a chance against a group, so we spent the day trying to split them up, as well as searching up for lone wolves. Brains, bananas, yeah. We're in luck. We finally got an isolated sample. How are we supposed to bring him in though? One bite and we're finished. I got just the thing. Scarlet pulled out a pair of brass knuckles. Where did you even get that shit? Yeah. Is that really important right now? You know what? Actually, no, it's not. Considering everything that's been happening. You mind looking the other way for a second? It's embarrassing. Sure, Scarlet, just go ahead. Go at it. I turn around. Brains, bananas. I hope your health insurance covers this. You know, they're underpaid for sure. Fuck. Blah. Once more with filling. God damn, dude. She's crazy, but I love that. Are we the bad guys? Not really. We drag him back to the mansion, playing careful attention to not run into any more zombies running amok. Scarlet opened the hidden trapdoor in the games room, and I pulled Forrest's unconscious body in. Oh. What? My hand slid, causing Forrest's body to tumble down the stairs. Bunk, 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 go to holding jail. He just kept going and going. I know, I'll get him, fine. Better get him quick or we're gonna have a last specimen. Luckily, I managed to get him pretty quickly. We put him on the operating table for Scarlet to analyze. Interesting. What's up, Scarlet? This virus, Spirit Kill, is man-made. Yeah, it was made by somebody, you know, it was made by you. Even more interesting is that it looks like something I will make. Come on. Not that I ever made zombie viruses, JD. Yes, you have. It's kind of cute how you try to hide it. Can I just say it? I wish that I could say it. I wish that I could be just obvious and blatant about it so that we can get her to remember everything that happened. Are you there? Weird, I thought Cal was supposed to be able to hear us from anywhere in the island. Maybe there's no microphones all the way down here? I guess so. I was going to tell her we got the cure now. Sweet, great work, Scarlet. You bet I did. We administered the cure to Ford, then went back upstairs together. Kat, you there? What's up, Scarlet? I've been waiting hours for you guys. You two done yet? We got the cure now. We'll need you people's help to help administer it. We'll be right on it. Lay low for now. We're coming to get you. Do we have any more people? In the meantime, JD, how about you tell me about yourself? It'd be my pleasure. With Kat's help, we managed to quell the zombie plague, with just enough time left in the day for a lovely dinner with Scarlet. After that, I went for a night walk with Ollie to somewhere safe from prying eyes. You should buy a girl a dinner first before you murder her in the woods, you know. You know, it's part of the protocol, but I'm built different. I think I found a way to bring the others' memories back. You found their lab, didn't you? Pretty much, yeah. Sweet, I wasn't sure how to get back there after they shipped us out of there, so that's a huge win. So where is it? There's a secret trapdoor in the games room. You just have to press a hidden panel on the wall. That said, how are we supposed to get in without being seen? There's cameras everywhere, and Scarlet and I were only allowed to enter because of the whole pandemic. Don't you worry about that, I got an inside man. Ford's gonna be helping us override a few cameras and microphones in the mansion with all recordings. Four? Really? That way we can get in and stay inside long enough to get their memories back without raising any sort of force. Bro, are you sure? They brought that we KO today down the stairs? What's that look for? I'm surprised that he's still standing after today, to be honest. I want to work with people who go down that easy. I mean, bro, that was not easy. He was turned into a zombie and then I knocked... Well, you know, Scarlet knocked him out. And then I dropped him down the stairs. That is just amazing. Was Ford always working with you? Nope, never till now. But we can't afford to refuse his help. I've had him prove he's trustworthy. Don't worry, you can count on him. How? He has brothers. I don't know if will he really do that? I understand wanting to betray Damien and Kat, but are you sure that he will betray his brothers? I don't know, man. If you say so, really. We're gonna trust this guy. Anyway, we have everything we need for the first part of the plan. Up for a trip down memory lane together? That sounds like a plan, yeah. We got all the girls here. Yo, Yui, Terra, Violet, Scarlet. You guys have to see this, trust me. Ali put her hand against the secret panel. A second later, the wall parted to reveal the winding staircase Four became intimately and repeatedly familiar with. That is funny. Did Ali prove Four's trust before or after his little trip on the stairs? Wow, you guys found my secret spot already? I'm sorry, what the fuck? I found this place this morning. Are you insane? I sat near the door of the stairs and played for a while. It was more fun to play in the dark. Call me back, JD. Yeah. I want to... Oh my god, I want to kill her. She will make like a great friend, but I could not stand dating her. And even as a friend, I will probably like her, but from the distance, like we can hang out like once every 2 weeks or something. I explained the situation as we walked down the stairs. Sure enough, they were skeptical. Except for Scarlet. Okay, your story makes a little more sense now when you come down there. We walked towards the machines in a mixture of awe and fear. Oh my god, we have to make it out of here, please. The markers on this machine, my father's company made this. Why? They didn't. Not my baby. I'm sorry, everyone. I wish that what I had to say wasn't true, but it is. I don't know why we're being kept here. Why they filmed the show over and over. Yeah, that's really weird. But I know that if we wouldn't escape and pass, they're going to kill us sooner or later. JD and I are going to do our very best to make sure all of us get out of here alive. But to do that, I need you to trust me. Trust you with what? I need you to trust me enough to step back into the tanks that kept you in. For us to escape, we need all of us to have our memories back, otherwise you won't trust us enough. I'd have to be quite foolish just to step into this tank because someone said so. Please, somebody, please, Yui or Terra, somebody has to accept. Violet, you can trust her. Excuse me? I know she's telling the truth about this machine because I built this. Ali. This isn't the first time we've met, is it? No. No, it isn't. We've gotten to know each other quite a few times by now. It's a strange feeling. On one hand, this is horrible. On the other hand, I'm glad that the machines work. Are you insane? Maybe one day we'll put it to good use. To use, you know, the way it should be done, yeah. Alright, I'll trust you. Come on. We'll just walk up back into the machine? Thank you, Violet. I know it'd be difficult to trust me, so I appreciate it. There's a machine that should have your name on it. Go into it, and then JD and I will start the reversal process. My god, please work. I do hope this works. It should be, but it might hurt a bit, yeah. Do spare me from the details, please. Yeah. There they go right there. Scarlet and Violet walk into their respective machines. I don't really get it, but I trust you. Yeah, come on. And besides, I gotta think we're big things made of metal. They're like mecha. Of course. I guess. Is this going to hurt? Buddy. Please just go in, Yui. I beg of you. I know you're the type of girl who will probably like that. It is. I'm sorry, Yui. I prefer to be honest. Don't be. I'm happy you wouldn't lie to me. It makes me even more sure to trust you. Yeah, see, there you go. Here we go. Let's do this. See, lying is never a good thing. No, don't ever lie. Let's do this shit, dude. Alright, they're in their tanks. Let's do this, JD. On it. Even if it was necessary for all of us, their screams from the reversal process were almost more than I could take. Ali and I covered our ears as Bowed, Scarlet, Yui, and Terra remembered years of memories in a matter of minutes. After doing all of this, we better be getting out of here. Bowed, Scarlet, Yui, and Terra stepped out of their tanks after what must have felt like hours to them. Guys, are you okay? This probably isn't the time to mention it, but I made a bet with 4 about what will happen when they got their memories back. Oh my god, I'm so scared of the Aoi now. That sounds like something Kat will say. Bro, please. Bro, please, don't do that to me. Don't mess with me. What did you bet? I'm going to watch from a safer distance if you don't mind. Uh-oh. If looks could kill, the girls that had gotten out of their tanks would have killed me several times over. Are you They ran to me yelling and screaming. You 5-timing little cheater. Oh my, but you were okay with it. You were okay with it. Are you fucking kidding me? You were like, yeah, you know what, I'm down. After the step with them, they were like, oh, but I was like, hey, by the way, I have to date somebody else tonight. And she was like, yeah, let's go. You accepted it. Too late, they were on me like hyenas. Ah! Are you kidding me? Why are you so mad at me? Now that we've all calmed down, how about we go over the escape plan? It better be good, Aoi. For your sake, JD. I'll with it then. Bro, I'm gonna end with none of them. Are you kidding me? Alright, listen up. Over the next hour, Aoi explained her plan from start to finish. Trust me, it's the best we got. Oh my god, dude. Please, do you not realize that I tried my absolute best to save you as well? You beasts. If this is our plan, you pieces. We're doomed. What the fuck do you mean? Please tell me we're getting out of here because I got invested in these chicks now. Congrats, JT, you made it today too. Barely. You really gave our audience a run for their money yesterday with Scarlet. And that's before we got the zombies involved, believe it or not. I'm glad to hear that. You think you'll choose a Scarlet at the end of this? Too early to say. I figured it's best to make things seem as certain as possible, and not get too focused on any one girl. That said that getting low ratings during the show could end up with them shutting it down early. I knew it. That's why I had to reply cold instead of being like, yeah, everything was awesome. If that happened this time, then game over. The only reason why we're able to make these moves right now is because Ali's machine glitched out. Who knows if that will happen again. There's no room for error. Too early to say right now, but she's definitely up there, Kat. I like the sound of that. But you know what I like even more? Drama. And what better way to start that fire than a full date with another woman? If it ain't broke. So who's it gonna be? Have you ever noticed that there's only one room in the mansion that's locked? Nope, not even one bit. Really? It's right by the games room, and it's not the hidden one. I'm starting to understand why you've been stuck here all this time. Fuck you. I was snooping around at night looking for snacks when I saw Kat open it, using a black key that she kept on key ring in her pocket. It's definitely a master key. I've seen her use the same key both in the mansion as well as on other buildings. This song is fire. Yeah. Sounds like it'd be pretty good to get her hands on that. Exactly. If you get me that key for even a minute, I can make a model of that. We can use it as a duplicate key. I'm betting that will be pretty helpful for us, for helping us get out of here. Sorry, so to put it lightly, yeah. That's awesome, but wouldn't Kat notice your master key going missing? You're absolutely right, especially if you or I try to take it. I'm feeling a bot coming, but it won't be you or I taking it. Tomorrow, asked to take Yui on a date. Let me go get Yui. By the end of the night, you'll both understand why it has to be you two. I say it sounds like a plan, but I have no idea what's going on. Okay? Trust me, JD, when have I ever been wrong? I could list every single day with Bane up as evidence, yeah. Those don't count. Yui, there's something about her, We'll make it happen. It was the first day since getting all of the girls' memories back. We went to a walk out in the woods, the same day we had when we truly had met again for the first time. It was a little awkward for us figuring out how to not give away that we knew what we knew on camera. But we figured it out pretty quick. It's so nice to see you again, JD. I feel the same way, Yui. After all this time, it's got to be fate, hasn't it? It must be. To be honest, I feel a little like things are going a little bit over my head. This show, meeting you again, everything, it's just moving so fast. Sometimes I feel like everything's just moving too fast for me to keep up. But with you, everything feels so right. Like I know it's going to be okay. Will it be okay if we just spend today this way? She leaned in closer to put her arms around me. I wouldn't have it any other way, Yui. Wait a minute, what about getting the master key? Ah, I can tell from your face what you're thinking about. Don't worry, I got that covered. Bum Bum Bun. Bum Bum Bun darted out of a nearby bush and ran into Yui's side. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Yeah. She picked him up and hugged him tight. It was impossible not to smile. Almost forgot. Bum Bum Bun. Hunt! Bum Bum Bun leapt out of her arms and then dashed towards the mansion. And with that out of the way, how about we walk a little longer? What just happened? She reached out for my hand and held it tight. I like that. We walked and talked for hours. When we took breaks, we laid next to each other in the grass, talking about anything and everything. Yuin's a lovely girl. At times I remember how dire the situation we're in, and I couldn't help but freeze up. But with Yui, I'm never afraid to face those fears. She makes me braver than with just a smile. Even when she couldn't ask directly about what was on my mind, she found ways to comfort me despite that. And in turn, to make her smile, made me feel lighter than air. I've been through that, honestly. It's wonderful to make somebody that you like smile, to be fair. You know, that you care about and so on. Not to be cheesy, but it is true. You know, when you see somebody smile that you really enjoy the company of, to put it that way. A life with her will be wonderful. I got to make sure to get us all out here safe. I laugh because now that I think about it, you're gonna have feelings for Yui, but you're probably gonna have feelings for like a lot of other, like, you know, a whole other 4 girls. So I wonder if the game is gonna make me choose at the end. I'm gonna go insane if that's the case. JD? Yeah? I love you. Oh my god. I hope we can spend another day together, just like this, soon. Do you really? I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for that day, Yui. Do you really mean that, or are you still mad at me? I'll be counting the days till then. We walked back to the mansion together, hand in hand, and went our separate ways. JD, you will not believe what happened to me today. What happened, cat? I got attacked by some kind of forest monster. It was at least 10 feet tall, had monster's teeth, and there was at least 5 of them, yeah. I took everything I had not to laugh. Luckily, I managed to fight them off without any permanent injury. I made sure that for the footage, that shit was both embarrassing and traumatic. That's good to know. This is the worst run yet. What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing, I've just had a long day. I'll bet, yeah. You should get some rest while you have the chance. 5 forest beasts is nothing to sniff at. You're making fun of me, aren't you? Not at all, cat. Like, for real, you know? I believe you. Forest beasts affect 1 in 10 people. It could happen to you. Right, I'll see you later. I hope that she believes everything that I just said. Good night, JD. My god, I'm scared. I feel like she's too smart. Mission success. Mission succeeded, I guess. I can't believe that worked. How did you train your pet bunny to do all that? It's all thanks to her special training last night. I may have made a few contracts with a few devils from the forest, but hey, you know what? Like, whatever it takes. I'm sorry, what? Shut up. Just don't question it. I'm not kidding, don't worry. Which half? Yeah. Are the keys ready to use? Not yet, which sucks. It's going to take a little longer to make for the makeshift blaster to set. Where you get the blaster from, by the way? Believe me, knowing more about how we got it will not make you any happier as a person. I'm cool not knowing. Yeah. Anyway, the keys will probably be usable by tomorrow morning, but you have to have your next date by then. We'll test them out as soon as it's nice tomorrow, okay? Sounds good to me. Awesome, let's go, team. Yeah. How about you let the rest of the girls know? Force disable the audio recorders in the house at night, so we should be good to talk back up here. I'll let them know. Do we really trust for? I walk back to the staircase back to the mansion. Where are they? I can hear some sounds from the kitchen. I'll make my way over. It's Ballad. Hey Ballad, how are you? Goodness, apologies, JD. I didn't see you there. You were my favorite. I hope you're not mad at me and you want to kill me. You seem pretty deep in thought. What's in your mind? Besides to say hundreds of different versions of memories of the same week? I'm worried for the people back home. Yuri has her brothers to worry about, though she tries not to burden anyone with that feeling. Everyone has a family out there, and who knows what happened to them in the last, well, however long we've been trapped here. I have never got along with my parents that well, but even so, they must be worried sick. I'm sure they're doing fine, Ballad. And they're going to be so happy to see you again. You're right, JD. Though there's no way you could know that for sure, could you? I guess so, but we got to believe, right? Yeah. That sounds something like I will say, probably. I suppose you're right once again, yeah. When we finally escape this dreadful place, I'm going to hold them so tight. It's kind of funny. What is, Ballad? I told you I had a twin sister, right? Yeah, you did. Her name was Viola. That will be her, yeah. She was always my parents' favorite, oh. You know the type, she came first and just about everything while I did not. Even so, we got along just fine. I was proud to call her my sister. Then there was the accident. She saw the car before I did. She moved to protect me before I could, and at the end, she was hit before I was, and she died for it. Wow, I had no idea. That I did not know about. That's crazy. I'm so sorry about it. Before then, I had no problem being second place to her. But for her sake, just for that one time, I wish I had come in first. I'm oversharing, aren't I? I apologize. You're not. It's okay, Violet. You say what you're feeling. Yeah, it's been rough for everybody. You're kind, JD. It's something I adore about you, you know? After Violet died, I did my very best to live up to the standard she set for my parents. You can probably guess how well that went. I wasn't as good as running the business or appearing prim and proper, or even things I find in a partner. It's a little embarrassing, really. That's the whole reason why I came here. My parents saw an ad for the show and thought it might help me. Or perhaps they just wanted to kick me out of the house to make more room for my new baby brother. I couldn't resist the chance for them to support me for once. At times I feel like I can do anything right. Look at how this show has developed. It's not your fault. This is a nightmare in every regard. Ballad. Yes? I have her in my eyes, darling. You lucky bastard. You're an incredible woman, and believe me, there's nothing you can do. I've seen you put the fear of God into the Brothers 5 and make delicious meals that some people will probably kill for. Wait, what? I've seen you. What did I do? Yeah. I did that. Even if this is a nightmare, it's one we're going to get out of together, and we won't be able to do it without you. You are too kind. Thank you for... I appreciate it. But enough about me. Have you remembered anything about why you came here? Honestly, probably not. Unfortunately, I haven't, but I'm hoping that the Master Key we pilfered will help with that. I hope so for your sake. In the event where it does not provide any answers, my previous offer about finding your help outside of here to get your memories back stand. Thanks, Violet, I really appreciate that. It is the least I could do. I still fancy you quite a bit, you know? Let's go! Yeah, baby. Okay, that was my favorite anyway. So we did it. We've done it. It's cool, boys. I know it's not the time or place, but maybe when we get out of here. Yes, yes, yes. Perhaps you join me for, say, a lovely cruise around what's left of the world. That sounds amazing. I'm looking forward to that day. As am I. What's gonna happen because I was talking about Yui just today. We talked for a few moments longer before retiring for the night. For once, I lay in bed not worrying about being killed. For once, I was excited for what tomorrow will bring. It's only up from here. JD, Ali, what are you? Never mind that. You got to come down to the laugh. Oh no. What is it? We found something, and I know you want to see it. Am I being cloned or something? She reached for my hand and pulled me as we ran. The other girls were already there, crowded around a table with a pile of photos on top of it. What's going on? I was just looking around the lab when I stumbled across this. There are files. I didn't read anyone's but my own, but I have to warn you. Caution was the last thing on all of our minds. Most of us scrambled to find our own file except for Yui, who was already holding hers and Aoi. Weird, there's no file for me here. Are you kidding me? I double checked, but there was nothing for me. Guess I'm not getting any answers today. Aoi slowly walked to the pile, found her own, then opened it in one fluid motion. Interesting. What is it? Ellie Major, sent to the island for being suspected of committing treason against the government. Selected for the experimental show for fitting this body girl archetype. We need one of those. It's good to know that this whole get-up was a good idea. Do you know I actually fucking hate sports? Yo! I've never seen Ali look so angry, wow. Let's see, they got all fake information I gave. That sounds about right. What is it? They've been taking extremely detailed notes on me for every single run of the show for the past 2 years. What I've done, things I've said in private or with others, they've got notes down here on how and when I brush my teeth. But wait a second, you've been here for 2 years now. 2 years of your life wasted living and reliving the same fucking week. That is insane. Insane. How I react differently when they change the show or tell me different things. Or we're nothing but lab rats to them. It's true and it's my fault. What do you mean? If I hadn't invented this machine in the first place, none of this will have ever happened. You couldn't have known, honestly. You really wanted to help people and that was a great thing. It's not your fault someone ended up using your invasion like this. Yeah. If you say so, yeah. My pal says that they wiped my memories and put me on the show to make sure of that. No one else could build this technology? I can't even begin to understand how that could even be a reason for causing all of this. I'm not sure we'd even want to understand the people who run this place. The room fell silent. I wanted to crack a joke to ease the tension, but it was impossible. Oh bro, he's just like me. Thank goodness. Wait, what? I'm surprised to hear you say that, Yui. All things considered, yeah. Sorry. I know how that must have sounded. Sorry, guys. Mine's the same as always. They tracked, measured, and commented on so many things about us so many times. It feels so violating. But it's not all that bad. What do you mean? Did I ever tell you why I came to the show, Yeti? No. I was very afraid of you, though. No, why is that? Ah, I forgot. I wasn't allowed to tell you. That was one of the conditions. To be completely transparent, the reason was money and nothing but that. It was hard enough to take care of myself without my parents, let alone my 2 brothers and a whole farm. I remember now, it was God who reached out to me. She told me that if I came down onto the show, my brothers and the farm will be taken care of for life. I know this is all horrifying, but I'm just glad she held up her end of the deal. Even if I might die here, and I never see them again. That's too depressing to think. We're going to get out of here, and you're gonna see your brothers again, together, yeah. Thanks, I like that. I'm curious, Yui, what kind of archetype did they list you as? So I thought that you cared about me. Honestly. Never mind me, I guess. Fuck. I thought that was the reason you saw me in, once in high school and you were like, yeah, I want to go in that show. Okay, well, fuck it. The girl next door. You know what? You actually fit that very well, to be fair. Damn. Yeah, that sounds a lot better than Gaming Gremlin. You are a Gaming Gremlin, though. You're a Scarlet Alley and I laughed. But I didn't, huh? At times like this, having a mood lifter like Terra around was critical. Yeah, that's true. I look at Baloo, who had been silent the whole time. She was trembling. Balwet, are you... Please, God, don't let this be true. Baloo fell to her knees and sobbed with her hands against her face. I rushed to her side. Are you okay, Balwet? Balwet threw her folder against the floor, causing the papers inside to scatter through the room. Nothing is okay. It does not matter if I get up this island or not. I'm not like you. I have nothing to go back to. No one to stand by me. Well, actually, that is something that we have in common, because I had nothing and nobody to go back to, really. So, yeah. There's nothing for me either way. Your parents die, I'm guessing. Balwet, wait. She ran to the stairs. Her sobs echoed through the staircase and through the laugh. I moved to follow her, but Yui stopped me. I think she might need some time alone, JD. I didn't mean to look, but after her papers scattered around the room, Maybe you should just read it. You know, what I'm afraid of is that she might betray us now. Considering the fact that she doesn't really give a fuck about, getting out of here. Yui handed me the papers that were in Violet's pile. Violet Valentine is a special case. Otherwise unremarkable, but she is the daughter of Edgar and Bain Valentine, one of our primary investors. They should go fuck themselves for saying that she is unremarkable. It is my understanding that they have recently had a son, and want for him to be the next heir after Bala passed. Edgar and Bain sent their remaining daughter, Violet, for us, full well knowing what the show would entail. You have to be kidding me right now. They paid us an incredible sum to make sure that she does not return from the show. I hope that they fucking drown, dude. Honestly. Even for me, this is too cruel. It was too hard to keep reading. I closed the folder and just stared open-mouthed at Yui. There were no words. Bro, I feel so sorry for her. I knocked out on Violet's door later that night, but it was no use. Please, just leave me alone. I'm here if you want to talk. Even if she opened the door, I would have no idea what I was supposed to say. What could anyone say? I was wrong. It's not only up from here. There's a long way down. It's hardly a surprise, but I didn't sleep well last night. But cool after what happened. And just like that, we're on to day 3. I gotta thank you, JD. You're making my job easy. I actually spend my nights doing productive things now. I'm happy to help you with that, however that works. You're right, you don't seem to have your usual energy. Careful, one slip up with Cat and this is all over. I'm good, thanks, Cat. I just didn't sleep too well. Happens to the best of us. Anyway, it goes without saying that Yui is definitely a contender for the final ceremony, huh? We'll see. Oh, really? That's a surprise. Yeah. Well, not my problem. Anyway, who's today's unlucky girl? So who should I be asking on a date tomorrow? Honestly, joking aside, I think you should ask Violet. I agree. I wanted to. Really, I don't really think she's in any shape to put on a good show. I mean, we need all of us to be able to work together well to get out of here, you know? I don't think Violet should be able to until she's feeling better. And what better way to do that than for a date to make you feel special? Kara does have a great point. Difficult, but yeah. I always make great points. Like seeing if I could arm wrestle one of these zombies that Scarlet made. That went great. Oh, I remember that. Wait, I was a zombie. That was not a good idea at all. Can I take my boat back? What do you think? Yes, I like the idea. We could kill the birds in whetstone. I'm sure there's something that we could do to help us escape. That we could only do on a day without it. Please. I've got it. Tomorrow you'll be going on a date with Ballad. Here's what you gotta do. Oh, okay. Ballad, yeah. I've always wanted to spend more time with her, and there's no time like the present. We'll make it happen. I do have one small request though. What's that? And will it give me ratings? I think it will. Then let's hear it. I've noticed Val had been a little down lately, so I wanted to cheer her up. I heard that she really likes cooking, especially in groups. Would you mind if we cook with the staff at noon? I don't see why not. I think that kinda gave away that we know something about Violet. This is the first date, remember that. Let's hope it goes better than last time. Oh, hi JD. Why'd you bring me here? I'm in a bit of a predicament, you see. I may have made an irresponsible bet. I did not take you for a gambler. Well, I'm not, but the thing is, I heard that the cooks bragging that they were the best chefs on the island. But hey, I've tried your food, the food you've made before. I know nobody else will come close to how good you are. So, I may have challenged them all to a competition in your name. You are ridiculous, JD. Bella laughed out loud. There's that smile I like so much. It was nice to see it again. Are you being serious? Dead serious. In a few hours, hundreds of staffs are going to come here. Some of them are as challenging cooks. Some of them are judges. The rest of them looking for lunch. All of them hungry. Think you're up for the challenge? I am ready to crush the opposition. They will rue the day they challenge me. That's the value I like to see, yeah. Anyway, what is the theme of this contest? I can't tell you just yet. It'll be announced when it's cooking time. I do like a challenge. You'll get to stay with me as I prepare for the festivities? Of course. Thank you. I know we're doing this why you're doing this, and I appreciate it. I'm not ready to talk about it just yet, but I feel happy already knowing you're looking out for me. I'm always going to be here for you. And I for you as well. Yo, let's go. We spent the time before the contest just talking about pleasant things completely unrelated to the show, completely unrelated to anything of consequence. Sometimes when bad things happen, what you need the most is just semblance of normalcy. Yo, here's 4. You're helping me, supposedly. By the time noon rolled around, hundreds of staff members were cleaning up the kitchen. I don't want to praise you about it, but I will if I have to. Oh, you're challenging me? Like a snail challenges the mighty eagle? You have my respect. If... is it too late to change sides? You're going down, Violet. We're the Brothers 5, the best chefs in the island. Oh my god, that is awful. What's that too? What I meant to say is, wow, you really are the best chef on the island. That's right, you... Damn it, bros. You can let her intimidate you like this. If we do, she's already won. Say something, for we will meet on the culinary battlefield, Violet. You may have my brothers running for the hills, but not me and 5. Come at me. Let us brandish your forks against each other together. 5, do you have anything to sell? Wait, what's happening? I do hope you'll entertain me, brothers. Violet raised a pan towards him. Let us begin. It's time for the cook-off to end all cook-offs. Each cook will cook their own version of a mystery dish, a dish that I will soon reveal for the first time ever. The judges will be everyone who is not a contestant. You must be joking, there's hundreds of people here. How could we feed everybody? That's not my problem. And I definitely didn't come up with the rules for this tournament on the spot. Liar. Violet laughed just once more. That was enough to get this charade going. The mystery dish will be spaghetti and meatballs. Like taking candy from a baby. Not this again. Oh god, I think I'm gonna faint. One collapsed to the ground. One down, 4 to go. Bro, I knew we should have been accountants. Why are we fooling ourselves? You each have 1 hour. No late submissions will be accepted. Let the games begin. Okay, so 1 is dead. The contestants, they were still conscious, rushed off to gather ingredients. How are they going to make that much food? I'm sure they'll figure something out. I watched Ethan cook furiously at breakneck speed. Violet was hard at work, sweat streaming down her face with the biggest smile I'd seen her have all day. I couldn't help but smile as well. At the same time, Fury was trying to cook his spaghetti with only a microwave. He's fucking stupid. I'm not sure this will be too much of a contest. 1 minute left. Violet filled hundreds of laid out bowls with spaghetti and meatballs in a matter of minutes. If you blink, you'd miss her finish the whole row. Each looked both delicious and artistic. You have thought of a cook who has spent much longer than an hour putting each of them together. 5 settled on making about 4.5 bowls. I guess everyone has their own pace. Oh no. Time's up. It's time to judge. The crowd cheered as they stampeded to lay out bowls. They were practically salivating. After everybody wiped down the bowls from each of the contestants, they submitted their vote. The people have spoken. And with a resounding majority, our first ever winner of the Best Chef on the Island in the Middle of Nowhere award is Violet. Yeah, baby. The crowd cheered, myself included. I did it, me, I did it, hell yeah. Violet jumped up and down with joy. I felt like a kid in a candy store just from one look at her. You won fair or square, you should be proud of yourself. Yeah, your food was the best I've ever had. Though if you consider our living standards, that doesn't mean too much. Hey, I just had an idea. What if we get Violet to cook for the staff at lunch instead of us? No. Seriously, it's been years since we have real food. No, you have to pay for it. What's that supposed to mean? Honestly, I think it's a great idea. I know, I had it well, but I really have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. No way, bro. Violet and I took one look at each other and couldn't help but laugh. I would love to, you guys. The crowd's enthusiasm reached a level of appraisers' applause. Violet, yeah. Oh goodness, you're all too kind. I put my arm around her and smiled. Yeah, baby, let's go. Guess you got a new job now, Violet. I guess I do. Open up a restaurant and do not cook for these assholes because, you know, they are participating in this bullshit. Violet leaned in to kiss me on the lips. Yo. For a moment, time stood still, and the only thing you could hear was the crowd's cheers getting even louder. Violet, Violet, Violet. We laughed together. I had so much fun today, JD, thanks to you. Care to join me by the beach after we clean this place up? Hell yeah, dude. I wouldn't miss it for a thing. Yeah. The world will pale in comparison. Hell yeah, dude. Hey. She reached her hand out to mine, and held her stand in return. Hey, Violet. You really gave them a great show today, you know. I couldn't have done it without my ever so charming television host. We walked along the beach, our feet bare in the inviting water of the ocean. Really, I'm so grateful to you, JD. Last night, I found out what my parents did. That was the lowest point I've ever been to. I held her hand even tighter. Honestly, I didn't see a way out. Escaping the island or not, everything seemed like a dead end. But today you helped me remember that even without him, I still got me. You always got yourself. I like me quite a bit. That is just wonderful to hear. You always got yourself, even when people, leave you hanging. You really are incredible, Violet. That was all you. With you. Violet mumbled something under her breath. Sorry, what was that? Oh, sorry, let me try again. I know I'd be fine on my own, but I like me better if I was with you. Fucking goals, dude. When we get out of here, I do hope you join me up for that cruise. She kissed me again. It felt like magic. Yo, then the music hit just in the right spot. Bow it, She put her fingers against my lips. Shh, I know, it's not quite the time for this conversation yet. But please do remember what I've said when this is all over. Do you mind if we walk just a little longer? I don't want this to end. I'll walk with you for as long as you wanted to. Yeah. We can walk till the sun comes up. We can talk about anything and everything. This is so fucking cheesy and romantic. So about we start with planning our cruise together? That would be lovely. We walked together till the dead of the night. It was nothing less than magical. Oh, hello there, by the way. Just after we came back, a huge storm hit outside. We just missed it. Hope you two enjoyed your day tonight. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time to get this show on the road. Aoi took out the master key from her pocket, spun it around the ring with her finger, then put it in the locked door. And we're in. She turned the lock, then pulled the door open. Wow, the door's a little heavier than I thought it would be. Must be soundproof or something. Whatever, let's go. Oh man, not another staircase, fuck. They will have saved so much money if they just put this on the main floor. But it wouldn't be very secret then, will it? Yeah. Secret. It's behind a locked door. I guess you have a point. Yeah, that is true. Though there was another staircase, it wasn't nearly as long as the one to the left. We've been walking down the steps only for a few moments when we saw where they led. This has to be it. What's it? A while back, Kat told me all the information on the island was stored in books. Didn't use anything digital or with the internet. I think I remember that too. Well, it's bullshit. They're an evil corporation, intent on world domination through fear and control. Of course they have the internet. And I think we just find a way into the closets, skeletons and all. Sounds like a pretty big deal. That's an understatement. The information in here could change the tide of the war. It could give the resistance a real fighting chance, I think. But there's more than that too. What do you mean? My dad, mom, and my brother got taken by these guys a long time ago. I don't even know if they're still alive. I was too young to really understand what was happening. If there's anything that could help me find them again, or at least find out what happened to them, it's in this computer. That was the real reason I came here. The whole reason I risked everything. What if it doesn't have what I'm looking for? What if? Aoi. Yui ran to Aoi's side and hugged her tightly. Yui is always so nice. It's going to be okay. You will be with me, right? She took deep breaths. I'm so sorry you had to see that. I'm okay now. Thanks, Yui. I didn't do anything. Are you ready? Let's do this. I looked to Violet as Aoi prepared to turn the computer on. She looked as concerned as I did, but we couldn't let it show. The screen lit up with a single message. Password required. Oh. I love that we didn't have a password. Well, I did think it was going to a little too smoothly. I'm not giving up just yet, though. She tried a few different passwords on the keyboard, but none of them worked. Damn it! I bet only Diamond or Cat knows this. There's no way we could just ask them. Silence fell upon the room. It can't end like this. It just can't. I've got an idea. It's not going to involve wrestling zombies again, is it? Hey, I've had better than ideas at that. What I mean to say is that I think I have a way to crack the code. I'm a programmer. I can make something that could try all the possibilities for the password. It would take some time, especially if it locks me out after too many attempts, but eventually I get the password. Though there's no guarantee we get the answer before the show is over. It's a lot better of a shot than I thought we had. I'll run over to Red Terra and hug her tightly. Thank you, you awesome little you. But we do need, can we get out of here? How do we get out of here? Is it really behind a password? Are we sure? Because the show only lasts for like 2 weeks. And if I fuck it up or the days don't go smoothly, then it'll last just for 1 week. This is nice. Feel free to compliment me more. In the meantime, the rest of us can try to figure out what the password will be as well. That reminds me, I need to tell you guys something important. What's that? I have our escape plan. I was just asking about that. She took out the master key and held it out for us to see. There's a hidden hangar I found by the beach. It's a little further from where I first found the plane. Now that we have this key and we know that it works, we can use it to disable the hangar security, command the airplane, then fly the hell out of here. We practically jump for joy. I can't believe we're almost out of here. It's been a long time coming. Well, soon, but not just yet. With this storm raging, there's no way we're getting out of here tonight. At least of all the ground. But if there's clear sky tomorrow night, then that's where we'll be. What about the computer? Don't you need to crack it before you go? Yeah, what about your family? Well, that'd be the ideal case, but honestly, I've gotten to know you guys and care about you guys, and I've decided that it's more important to save the people I care about that are right in front of me than chase a pipe dream. Sounds difficult, but it is true. I will 100% agree with that decision, honestly and truthfully. No, I won't accept it. If I were in your shoes and I was looking for my brothers, I just gave up looking for them. I'd regret it forever, and I know you will too. But I can't ask you guys to stay here any longer. We're in danger if we stay here. Yui speaks for us too. Oh man, not for me. I want to leave. You have a family that you really care about, that cares about you too. You can't give up on that. We're not going anywhere till we crack that code, even if it takes till the last day. Are you insane? Are you serious? No, I can't allow it. I won't take that chance with your lives. I'm not backing down on this. What do you think, JD? Well, both options are the same, are they not? No, they do not save. We need to take this chance. We can't take the risk. We need to take this chance, Ali. I think you need this. Oh, no, they were not. Guys, take a chill pill for a second. I'm a programming god, best of the best. I'm going to have that code cracked by tomorrow, and that's a promise. So don't worry, okay? I love you guys, thank you so much, really. Why are you thanking all of us? I'm the one who has to write the code and shit. We laughed together, something that I thought might have never been possible, but might have been possible after the initial bad news. We're in this together and we're getting out together. No one gets left behind. After we called it a night, I laid in bed deep in thought. I have thought that I could have ended today feeling inspired after everything that happened last night. We got this. We. JD, one more thing before we turn in for the night. What's up, Terra? I got caught up in the heated moment earlier and... Oh no. I got no idea. No. How to do this? Oh, Oh my god, I'm going to kill her. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Can I leave her behind? I remember that all I know about hacking are videos of people typing really fast and saying I'm in. Fuck off. Oh my god, dude, I practically flew out of the bed. Thank god it was just a nightmare. I just had to get a good night's sleep and I kill a dating shop. Come on. Oh my god. It was just a nightmare. I thought that it was real. I was so sure I was fucked. That was worse than a jump scare, straight up. What are you smiling about? Yesterday's day with Ballad. It feels like things are going my way lately. Yesterday's day with Ballad has still had me feeling as giddy as a little kid. It's almost like there's perks to being on a killer dating show. Well, don't get too comfortable. We still got a few days left. And then it's back to the regular. I'm looking forward to that. I bet. Better sooner than later. It costs too much to keep around. Anyway, the $1,000,000 question. Who's today's lucky girl? That'd be... yeah. Probably Terra? I'm gonna guess. Either Terra or Ali. It's probably best if we go with Terra, yeah. But doesn't Terra need time to crack the code? Nah, I already finished making the code breaker. Trying every password as you speak. No guarantee it'll finish before we both done with our dates, but it's worth a shot. Thank you, Terra. Don't worry about it. Besides, I think it's better if we save your date for last. Why's that? I don't know, you're some super spy from a super secret organization. You definitely got a bigger expectation than I do. Yeah, I don't know about that, but you know, sounds good to me. There's a storm going on, apparently. I'll use the time to prepare some contingency plans. Scarlet, Violet, Yui, I'm going to need you guys for this. I'm happy to provide assistance. You bet. I'll help however I can. Sweet, alright, right JD. What's up? I didn't just build a code breaker. I built a game that works with it too. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? I just want the password. Why are you doing this to me? What do you mean? She handed me her console. I just whipped it out real quick. It looks like a code-breaking game, but really it works directly with the computer we found. If we get the password right in this game, we'll have access to the computer. Makes sense? Amazing, I can't believe you whipped out something so fast. It wasn't hard. It was just a big middle finger to my mom, who thought all my screen time was a waste of time. Anyway, I figure we can play this game here and there during our date, try whatever passwords we come to mind. Obviously not for the whole date because ratings and all, but as much as we can. Sounds like a plan. Just go. I'm a genius. Yeah. She crackled like a maniac. You are a maniac. I like to spend today with Terra. Is that so? Well, we'll make it happen. Try not to spend all of it playing games though. Believe it or not, it isn't what viewers want in a time slot. No promises, but I'll try my best. It ain't much, but I'll take that. Sorry, Kat. That's pretty much the plan. Hey, JD. You have to play some games? I'd love to, but Kat wants us to do some other games. It is, sweet. There's no stopping Terra when she puts her mind into something. We started playing together in the games room while making pleasant conversation. Normal enough to seem like a regular conversation, cryptic enough to disguise what we were trying to do. But bro, the ratings. Even if Terra and I never went on a crazy adventures like I did with Ali, it didn't make like moments here any less special. If I forget that we're trying to hack into confidential database, it's really like a fun day at home with your partner. How about Terra is the best? It's worth a shot? Nope, doesn't work. The nerve of them. Terra rules? That's a miss. Was the T capitalized? Maybe added a 013 at the end. The goodness we have the codebreaker running in the background. Time to switch gears. Let's give Kat some footage to work with to keep us alive. Good God, JD. Why the sun? Go on without me. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Some way or another, we always end up back inside the mansion, huh? There's nothing wrong with that. I guess you're right. I like her because of that, but at the same time, she's charming as hell, but she's not dating material, dude. For a few more rounds of that game we just played? Sure. How about Damien Black sucks? Nope, doesn't work. Cat Black sucks? In many ways. Not that one either. How about JD? Oh, come on, now you're just guessing. Like I wasn't before. Well, I'll try it. We did it! The two of us look at each other like deer in headlights. We cheered as if our favorite team just won a sporting event. Wait a minute, what would the password be your name? That doesn't make any sense. My guess is as good as yours. Maybe we'll find out tonight. I hope so. Well, I think I've had enough of the games today. I never thought I'd hear you say that. I'm full of surprises. We can spread the good news after. How about we try something new today? Something outside. Sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, let's go. Awesome, let's go. We ended up going back inside a minute later, but the rest of the day with Terra was still a lot of fun. I think she's the only one I didn't sleep with, interestingly enough. And we're in. The password prompt closed with a satisfying ding ding. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Or would there be a folder called homework? Wow, that is definitely a porn folder name. There I was about to open it until Ali intervened. You should probably open it just to make sure that they don't have like videos of like the times that I slept with. Oh well, and Ali. I didn't sleep with Ali. I didn't sleep with Ali and Terra. Of us fucking during the 2 years that we spent in this island of hell. You know, it is worth a shot, right? Like delete that shit. Do you mind if I take a look? Forget why we're here for a second. Let's see. I decided going through folders, databases, reports, anything like that could be useful. At the same time, Terra started downloading all the files on her console. Doesn't look like there's anything here about why my name was the password. All the rest of us could do was give Ali and Terra space they needed. Seems like it's only going up from here, team. I was worried for Ali, especially if we couldn't get into the computer, but it looks like we got it after all. It's too soon to say anything, but I do hope you're right. Let's not jinx it. So what's the first thing you're gonna do after we're out of here? I thought we were not going to jinx it. I'm going to get straight back to helping people the way I know the best. Nothing's changed in that regard. That is a lovely aspiration. Do me a favor and make sure your ambitions don't get used on yourself again, okay? I mean, it's not like I was trying to. I admire how you can be so sure. As excited as I am to leave this place, I'm not quite sure what I'll be doing after this. Thanks, that's totally okay about it. That part of the fun of life, just figuring it out as you go. You know, I'm very scared because I feel like something is gonna go down. I feel like something is gonna happen. I'm very scared. I suppose so. Bao looked at me and smiled. That's pretty much my plan at this point, too. Oh, please, nobody betray me, nobody do anything bad. And if we can kill somebody, please let it be Kat and Damien. Guess who's back? Bitch? Bitches? What Terra wants to say is, we did it. I got everything I need to help during the tide of war, and I know where my family is and they're alive. Never seen Alice so happy. She jumped towards me and hugged me. Oof. That's fantastic. I think I'm gonna be friends. You know, if it was up to me, I will stay close friends with Ali and Terra. And they'd bow it and it's the yeah, you know, I'm so sorry, but yeah. I mean, to be fair, all 5 of them are nice, but like, you know, that's just my opinion and the way that I look at things. But at the same time, I feel like there's gonna be a plot twist, and I'm gonna end up in a bad ending or something, and I'm so afraid of that. That's such a relief. I'm so happy for you, Ali. Good job there, right? You cracked the code. Not all at once now. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. We didn't have to wait this long to leave, but you guys did it for me and my family. I can't ever thank you enough. She pulled out the master key from her back pocket and showed it around in her right hand. You guys ready to get out of here? Actually, I was thinking of staying here for the rest of my life. Not having internet is the best thing ever. I couldn't agree more. Let's get out of here. After you, Ali. Please, God, let this all be a joke. And be okay. Okay, so yeah, everybody was joking. We followed Ali out of the mansion through the forest into the hangar. Wow, I did not see this. Granted, I don't go outside. Yeah, that's true. I don't blame you, it's pretty out of the way. Not that we have to worry about it. Ali pulled out the master key and showed it around her right hand. She walked to the door of the hangar and put the key into its lock. She tried to turn it, but it didn't work. She tried a few more times, but the lock refused to budge. I don't understand. I've seen cats use this key everywhere, including here. They must have changed the locks. Does this mean they were stuck here? I don't... It was rare that Ali tripped over her words. It hurt to see her so defeated. I don't know. An uncomfortable silence fell over us. Am I going to die here? You know what? I think that what happened was that we took so long, and since they noticed that the master key was missing, or that something could have happened there, they changed the locks, and I think I'm gonna die here. Are all of us... No, we are not out of this yet. I refuse to give up again. But we can get into the hangar. There's no way to break in without triggering alarms. For now, yes, but getting in later is a different story. If I remember correctly, whenever you went on a third date with JD, you will fly in a plane together. Well, I'm assuming that the plane was you too. It's just like you tried something crazy and dragged in JD. I can't refute that. That was definitely us. How we never died in those plane rides, I'll never know. That means the staff don't mind if you take the plane during the date, which means we should be able to ask for the key temporarily. Still be able to get to the plane. It just has to be during tomorrow's date. There'd be way more staff around than the usual, but we still have the chance. Sadly, the rest of us can be relatively close by, or perhaps at the beach trip with suspicion. Then, when you get to the plane, we run over, you pick us up, and we are out of here. I'm afraid that fucking Terra is gonna fuck this up because she doesn't fucking... She doesn't go outside, and at the sun she's gonna be useless. This could work. It's better than how my plan turned out anyway. I was worried for a second there, but it was for nothing. We got this. We'd be in a tight spot without you. It is a team effort. Without each of us here, we'll be stuck here with no chance of escape, I'm sure. Speak for yourself, I'm sure I could get out of here myself. But damn. You will shut down the second you reach the beach, Terra. Yeah. On second thought, maybe teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah. We laughed together. The mood was infinitely better than it was just a few moments ago. We spent the rest of the night talking through the plans in detail, including what we'd do if the unexpected happened. One thing was for sure though, we weren't giving up on getting out of here yet. It all ends tomorrow. What do you know? You actually made it to the last one-on-one date. How are you feeling? You know, I've been better. I'm sure a fun day with Ali will cheer you up. She has all of us in the crew working extra hard to prepare a special date for you. And by all of us in the crew, I mean the Brothers 5. How about you go find her, spend time together while we set up things for you? Sounds like a plan, cat. Let's see. Oh, looks like she's by the beach. Guess that's where I'm headed. Don't do anything we can, Air. Murder is okay, but God forbid someone takes their top off. For fuck's sake. I waved to Kat as went on my way. Hi, Ali. Just as Kat said, Ali was on the beach. She was looking at the ocean. Morning, Ali. JD, it's always nice to see you. The difference between Ali's voice during the day and night was like day and night. I guess we do have to worry about the cameras, but still, it takes some getting used to. I know it's going to be tough at the top of your previous days with all the other girls, but I think I have a good shot. I'm looking forward to it, Ali. You better be. We've been saving the best for last. She reached for my hand. Walk with me? I reached for her outstretched hand. It'd be my pleasure. The two of us walked around the beach for a while, getting to know each other. So what will you be doing when this show is over? First thing I'm gonna do is say hi to my family again and make them a nice dinner. I'm sure they've gone sick with worry with the week since I've been gone. Wonder what they are thinking right now. It's been at least 2 years since then. Kat was right. Sometimes not remembering is a blessing. Ali doesn't have that luxury. Anyway, I've got a surprise for you. Come on. She pulled me along by the hand into the forest. I have to say, Ali really impressed me. Of course, it was her deluded plan to come into the forest and get to the hangar, but she made it seem so spontaneous. We're going to love it. I saw it the same moment she did. It was all we could do was watch and stand and watch. No, she staggered and almost fell. And who could blame her? The hangar was engulfed in roaring flames. The heat was incredible. There was no way either of us could take another step towards the hangar without being burned alive. The stench of burning oil assaulted without mercy. We were at a loss for words. And in front of those flames was her walking away from the flames. Somehow I just know it was her. Sorry, Ali, JD. There's been a small change of plans. I'm sure you can tell we had a few snacks with the hangar. How about you two spend your day on the ground instead? I want to scream. I want to attack her with every bone in my body. No, don't do anything stupid. I can't do anything. But I can't. I can't or I'll be killed. And not just me, but everyone else. To hold myself back from giving away what this plane meant to me, took all the strength I had. I have to calm down. I might be able to read my face and see that. Sounds fine to me, Kat. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? We're still looking into it. But other words, there's nothing we can do about that. How about we go somewhere else? She reached for my hand and held it tight. How could she smile like this at a time like this? Of course, Aoi. For the rest of the day, Aoi and I put on the firmness of a lifetime. Though our faces were all smiles and laughter, we knew now more than ever that we were trapped in Kat's macabre puppet show. And Kat loved to make us dance. She must have known we were trying to escape, but how? Did we make a mistake? Did Ford give us away? Should we have ever trusted him in the first place? Who can I trust now? Time is ticking, and at the end of the show looms closer and closer. It's time. I'm supposed to meet with the group, but what will we even do? There's no way we can escape. Last chance died with the hangar. Should I just make a break for it? No, I never make it, and the others will suffer for my mistake. The boat? What do I do? You don't look so good. I've been better. It hasn't been exactly been sunshine and rainbows today. You really aren't much for acting, are you? Look, I already know about you and your plan to escape. Okay. My blood ran cold. You know, take the plane, fly away from here. It wasn't hard to figure out. I tried to say something in my defense, but my boss wouldn't come out. Oh, so all I could do was stand wide-eyed. I knew something was gonna happen. Ah! I know you and the others found the lab, got your memories back. Well, at least the others did. And I know that every night you all work together to try and find a way out. How do you know? I mean, of course I know. I'm the reason why you got this far. What do you mean? Just follow me. You'll save us, all of us time. We walked to the locked room near the games room. She took out her master key and spun it around. You never really thought a bunny could take a key away from you, right? Honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore, yeah. She opened the door. The others were inside, looking as surprised as I was. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now, Kat. How about two? First, your inside man was never four. It was me. I mean, come on, he wouldn't be smart enough for something like this. Second, you only ever had a chance at escaping the asylum because of me. Newsflash, Aoi, those tanks never just bug out. You're the one who let me out of my tank. The one and only. What the fuck? I was at a loss for words and I was no different. I knew everything was going too smooth. What do you want, Kat? Honestly, the same thing as you guys. I want off this crazy train. I want out, okay? I want you guys to include me in your little escape plan. Bro, why didn't you do things differently? You weirdo. And What? Do I have something on my face? As hard it is to believe, the list of people who want to stay on this island is pretty short. Hell no, we can't trust you. I'm not sure how, but I remember I tried to escape with you before. I trusted you and even fell for you. Even 5 girls isn't enough. Unbelievable. Shut up, let Ali, for fuck's sake. And then you betrayed me and shot me. There's no way we will ever trust you. You're just going to stab us in the back. Is that true, Kat? I'm ashamed to say this, but I didn't have a choice. You know how it is with Damien. It doesn't matter if you share the same blood. He'll take the people you love hostage and use them to force you to dance his tune. I'm sorry I betrayed you, AD. I really am. But if I had to do it again, I'd do it again in a heartbeat, because there was someone I needed to save. I know I must look like a villain to you, but believe me, I have people I care about too. If you're so compassionate, how come you burned up your only way out of here? Yeah, you're lucky I did. If you'd actually flown as planned, you'll all be at the bottom of the ocean right now. What do you mean? It's a cool trick of Damien's. He knew there was a chance that people of this show would recover their memories and try to escape. So he made us build the hangar and the plane. It's the one place anyone trying to escape will go. Exactly. I've told you in the past, Ali, never fly that plane or take the boat out of sight in the island. If you did, you have blown up like fireworks. Ah! That Ali and I were in that plane, which was little more than a flying death trap, sent a chill down my spine. Look, the simple reality is you need me to escape. Without me, you won't even make it past the barrier. The barrier? What? And though I hate it, I need you guys to help me and us escape. She reached her hand towards me for a handshake. Allies? Let's discuss first. Can you explain your us? Kat leaned against the wall while the rest of us debated what to do. Can we really trust her? This might be just another trap. Can we kill her? It's not like it'd be the first by her it's not like it'd be the first by her you fall into, JD. You're right. That said, it's not like we have much to lose at this point, huh? Even if she's done terrible things to us in the past, we still need her to escape. You're right, Ollie? I'm fine, I'm just angry at myself. Hey, don't beat yourself too bad for it. We're still alive, that's what counts. Just right, you know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now either, but we're alive. That counts for something. You're right, JD. And as much as I hate to say it, I think we'll need Kat's help, trustworthy or not, if we want to stay that way. But we need to keep an eye on her. I don't trust her. I couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, Kat, if you want our help, you're going to need to answer a few questions. Ask away. What in the hell is the 604? And why have you been forcing us to repeat this over and over and over? Someone from the Resistance, it should be obvious to you. This is just one of the 100 of killing shows we air. Shows that people, that keep people scared, that keep people from organizing against the government. This is deep as fuck. You want to paralyze people with fear? You broke us exactly what will happen if you rise up. You're monsters, you know that? I don't disagree with you, but we're not in charge here. Some of us still have a family to lose, Ali. Continue. Before we air each show, we test them internally and test audiences to see what kind of ratings they bring for the fortunate, and what kind of despair they bring for the less fortunate. If they tested well enough, we'd air it, but it wasn't sufficient. We couldn't just keep filming the show over and over to see which version of it rated best. You can't bring people back from the dead. It was the same as for the test audiences. You couldn't just make them watch multiple versions of a show, as they'd remember previous versions that will influence their opinions. There was no way to test multiple versions of a show without losing the feeling that lives were really in danger. But the memory rewriter could have changed that. It did. We were able to reuse everybody, our volunteer actors, to test audiences. Since we could just make people forget what happened, we could film run after run of the show, where each was as if we were the first time for all of you. And that's exactly what we've been doing for the last 2 years. It was a lot to hear. I had a feeling, but to know that people looked at us like we were nothing but lab rats, while I genuinely was afraid of my life, it was sickening. We were silent for a while. If we've been testing the show for this long, when's the real thing? There's no real thing. It's only what version tests the best. That said, there's only so much time Damien is willing to spend in the show, and that time is almost up. This is the last run of the show. If you don't escape before the end, you're all good as that. You're as good as that. I know Damien and Ab said that we'll let you and your chosen partner go if you achieve good enough ratings, but it's a lie, isn't it? Yeah, oh my god. I'm sorry I waited this long to try to help you guys. Fuck you. I've been too scared to risk it all, but I have nothing to lose now. She extended her hand to me for a handshake. Allies, at least till we're out of here? I don't really have a choice this time either, huh? If you wanted to, you could report us right now. That's true. My world would count for more than all of yours. But that wouldn't save the person I need to. Like it or not, we have to work together. Who are you trying to save? Then it's the deal. Ali took shook Kat's hand. Kat, are you sure you don't want to? I'm fine, Scarlet. It's not important anymore. We don't have any time to waste. If you say so. Anyway. The only time we can escape is the last day of the show, between midnight and just before the sun goes up. That's when the boat comes to welcome the newly engaged couple, and that's the only way off this island alive. It also doubles as a supply ship. We use it to replenish between each run of the show. Are there no plans for planes on the island? A boat will be far slower. Fortunately, it's not so easy. There's a protective shelter on the island, which performs two functions. First, it renders... Hold on. Can I go back? Thank you. It renders invisible to satellite. Is the reason why you people couldn't find us, Ali. Second, if anything bigger than a human being tries to get in or outside of the barrier, it'll get fried unless it's emitting a compatible IFF sign. The only way off the island that will have that signal is the boat. I'm betting it'll be heavily warded. Yeah. Well, yes, but not from people on it. The ship itself will be run by a skeleton crew, and it's the staff on this island who will have to watch out for. That still leaves the question how we'll deal with them. Last time I checked, there's hundreds of them, not even 10 of us. Actually, it might not be so hard after all. I've got a plan that just might work. Though I have to admit it's a little crazy. I like the sound of that. If it involves zombies again, I'm out. You explained her plan to us with a renewed confidence that could inspire anyone to believe. Luckily, we'll still have tomorrow, so we just have the amount of time we need. This just might work out, Yui. You're a mad genius. It's crazier than anything I'd imagine, and crazy enough to work. Let's get to work then. Wait. Were we even listening to the same plan? Okay, let's go. The others went their separate ways to help prepare for battle as planned. But Kat stayed. Her business wasn't finished just yet. What's up? How am I supposed to trust you? How could I ever trust you now? That's fair. The only thing I can say to try and make you trust me is that we both have people we care about, JD. And that if we don't escape, then the person I care about will go down with you. I'm not asking for you to put your neck out for me. You'll never have to. Is it Yui maybe? I don't know, dude. This is crazy. It has to be Yui maybe, because Kat always spoke highly of her, and she's been taking care of her family. So I don't know. I'm asking for you to help me, to help somebody that you've never met and you never will. What? Somebody innocent. It's strange. This woman has put me through hell, treated me like a rap rat and more, and yet somehow I think she's telling the truth. I wanted to attack her. Honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do trust me. You'll see tomorrow that I'm going along with Balance Plat either way. I trust you, Kat. I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. Don't be. I literally shot you. I think that earns you the right to be angry and more, right? Yeah. I've gotten to know you over these past years. Not for more than a couple of weeks straight, but I got to know you. And I think you're rude and manipulative. and have no problem lying to my face. Hey, can we skip the part where you compliment me? No. You're also incredibly crass. You keep secrets from everybody and you finish? But I don't think you're a bad person. I think that you're an awful person. Every time the show ran, you always talked to me. That made me feel like I wasn't alone. You made sure I never lose hope. I know that was never part of the joke. You didn't have to do that. Yes, she did for the ratings. Because that way, if the protagonist is in high spirits, then the show does better, in my opinion. No? Yeah, you did it over and over and over. Must have been so tiring to do that. Over and over and over, yeah. Full well knowing that we were doomed. I know why you're doing all this, but I believe that you do care about helping people. I'm flattered, JD. But you got me wrong. What do you mean? Everything I've ever done for you, the others, has been for my own selfish reasons. I done got you wrong. I knew it. It just happens to line up nicely. Though I appreciate the compliment. And like before, I couldn't tell if she was telling me the truth. She can go fuck herself. We went our separate ways shortly after. I spent the rest of the night helping the others with preparing for the plan. I was exhausted when I went back to my room, but I still couldn't fall asleep for several hours. It's a bit something's on the tip of my tongue, but I just barely can grasp it. Yet somehow, I know I'm closer than I've ever been. Kat was true to her word. Instead of having another day on the 6th day of the show, she planned a huge party for the staff, and I thank you all for your hard work, buddy. As soon as she told her staff that Balby will be cooking for the event, all of them dropped everything and helped prepare for it. While the staff prepared the party grounds during the day, each of us were hard at work, making sure other parts of it went well. Balby cooked mountains of food, as if her life depended on it. In truth, it actually did. Yui was playing games with the staff outside. It didn't take long for her to become a fast favorite for them. I'm pretty sure half the staff were playing the games just so they could get her to notice them, and she knew it. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by Yui. The plan is really coming together. Terra and Scarlet joined forces to make sure all the staff joined the festivities. Terra used Kat's producer room to find any stragglers who hadn't joined the festivities. As Terra found them one by one, Scarlet turned on the charm that made sure that they came with her to the party. Then, when it was time for Scarlet to switch to her other mission, Aoi took over, though I'm told she employed more force than charm. I like Aoi. Meanwhile, I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sure every part of her plan was going smoothly. And for once, it did. Alright. A few hours later, we had every staff member in the album partying with their lights out. Everybody's here? You bet. You should have seen the ones that tried to run. I made sure everyone who came stayed too. Perfect, everyone's eating? As they should have. It is fine food. Looks like it's all going according to plan. I'm just going to go ahead and get to the fun part. Scarlet pulled off a remote from her pocket. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Okay. Everything is good. A few seconds later, fireworks were shooting into the night sky above the party grounds. The cheers of the star were like thunder. And with that, the plan is going as smoothly as it can be. Great job, team. We owe you one, Yui. Right back at you, Aoi. We cheered as firework after firework lit up the night sky. Wow, are fireworks supposed to be this bright? Come to think of it, those fireworks are practically blinding. I have to say I did a pretty good job with these fireworks. Though there might be some side effects of watching them from so close. Let's worry about that later. Yeah, just go. I was so scared. Fireworks were a signal to those trying to escape that there was nothing left to do except wait. It's going to be a long night. I know what we said before, but it'd be such a shame to spend tonight just worrying about what might happen tomorrow. We might live, we might die, same as any other day. How about instead we just dance the night away? This is crazy. You know what? That sounds great. That sounds lovely, let's do it. Come on, let's dance like there's no tomorrow. Oh my god. Yuck. Don't be like that, Terra. It'd be good to blow up some steam. Yeah, dance. Alright. Right. Dancing sounds like an exercise. An exercise. Ali picked up Tara over her shoulder. And away we go. Alright. Come on, come on. Scarlett grabbed my hand and pulled me with her to where people were dancing. The others followed close behind. They sure are carefree, huh? Some things never change. Maybe we'll get out of here tomorrow. Maybe we won't. I hope we do though. I like to think that one day we'll look back and remember this day. It was the most fun night I'd ever had out of the nights that I can remember. We lived like there was no tomorrow. And now we'll find out if there is a tomorrow for us. We waited in the darkness for hours waiting for the boat to come. The plan was simple, yet had no room for error. First, we need to make sure that the boat is really coming. It's later than usual. You think they're onto us? No, it'll just be a little longer. It's cold. There's no point in worrying about this at this point. If they're onto us, we're already dead. All we can do is wait. We waited for an hour more, then another, then another. We were losing hope. I guess It's here! Kat pointed towards the ocean. We all looked in unison. Just as she said, the boat was coming. It looked huge, desperate, despite how far it was. It must be massive from up close. Alright, it's only going to be a few minutes before it reaches the shore. Just book it back to the mansion. Second, we need to get back to the mansion before the boat reaches the shore. From what Kat told us, the staff will physically inspect the mansion to make sure we're there. We can't rely on overriding the feeds. If we're not there, they'll sound the alarm. Okay, go, 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 go. According to Kat, is how I got caught last time. We made it back to the mansion and rushed to our respective rooms. I turned off the light, then jumped into the bed and pretended to be asleep. A few moments later, I heard the sound of somebody opening the door. It must be them. There was a mechanical rhythm to it. Footsteps. A door will open. More footsteps. A short pause. Footsteps again. A door will close. Repeat. Over and over, closer and closer till I got to my room. No. I tried my best to make my breathing sound natural. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Footsteps. A second later, my door opens. I can tell there's probably about 5 people. Breathe in. They're walking closer to me. Breathe out. I can tell 2 of them are in front of me. They're muttering somewhere under their breath. You have to pity her. Come on, she could do better. Rude. Breathe in. Hey, something's wrong. Feels like my heart stopped. Breathe out. They're moving closer to me step by step. What's that? Breathe in. I think it takes everything I have not to move. With every nerve in my body, it screams run. This is it. They're onto me. I can't help but bow up at the first in my hand. Never mind. Oh, we're done for the night. Let's head out. Sounds good to me. I heard them walk further away from me, then outside the room. Finally, they closed the door. I breathed out like never before. On to the next part of the plan. We regrouped downstairs. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Well, like taking candy from a baby. Wait, there's Tara? Where's Tara? I'll go check on her. Oh my god. As if on cue, Tara came running down the stairs. Oh my god, thank you. I'm good. Don't worry about it. For fuck's sake. And I definitely didn't fall asleep just now. I didn't buy it, and the rest of us didn't either. Right, back to the problem at hand. We may have avoided detection for now, but now there's going to be upwards of 100 guards in patrol. but didn't hear on the boat. Okay. There's little to no chance we can all make it there without being seen, but it's a chance we'll have to take. Actually, we have just a thing for that. Courtesy of Scarlett and I. What's that? Well, we went through all the trouble of preparing such a big party for the staff. It would be a shame if we didn't give it a little extra to chew on, no? Please tell me you make them fall asleep. Please. You didn't. Oh, she did. It was like an absurd scene of an art house movie gone mad. Brothers 5, hello. Brain! Oh no, you made them zombies. Bananas, yeah. Brains and bananas. Grr, grr, yeah. Grr, brains, accounting, she'll have, rah, yeah. Hundreds of zombies litter the field. You know, I can't believe we ever let you make this shit, Scarlett. You better be glad that you did, actually. Now that I think about it, couldn't we just have put a sleeping agent or something like that? Yes. Where's the fun in that? Ugh. Well, we still have to go past him. Don't worry about it, I've got a fair share of experience taking down zombies. Something about that rubs me the wrong way. Don't worry about it, let's just be on our way. We managed to sneak out of the mansion without much of a fuss. As soon as we got into the forest, it was smooth sailing. There were just a few zombies in there. To be honest, how much Scarlett enjoyed herself taking them down was more concerning. I'll worry about that when we get off this island. For now, I'll focus on getting out of here. A few moments later, we made it to the beach. Boat was clearing in the side. Wow, it's huge. That's what she said. Let's not waste any time. Well, this is what all of them said, actually. At one point or another, everybody said it. Anyway. We rushed into the ship and ran straight to the captain's deck. You guys wait here. It's practically guaranteed that the engine has been tampered with. I need to fix it. If I know my father, he'll do it just the way that it was last time. You know what? Come with me just in case. Maybe that's where the crew members are. No, please somebody come with me. I don't want to go with her. Lead the way. You're stupid. I'm stupid. It was a pitch black inside. Cat had to shine a light to see anything. Strange, where are they? Well, let's not look. I keep forcing them out. Found it. Chalk it up to my data, searching everything to the grounds. This is child's play to me now. Cat got to work to fixing the agent. Watch my back. We still don't know if we're in the clear. This is gonna take a minute. Got it. I'm gonna get knocked down. I turned around and kept on the lookout. It was almost impossible to see anything though. Since when were you a mechanic? Honestly, since my first failed escape. I had to teach myself. There isn't exactly a trade school on this island. Yeah, if I hadn't, I'd never been able to help anybody escape this island. I'm sorry, I didn't trust you before, Cat. I'm not. I get it now, why you did what you had to do. Keep talking like that and you raise a death flag for the both of us, jeez. We can talk more later if you like. In the meantime, this boat is fixed. Nice. Let's tell the others and get the hell out of here. Are we really done? We ran back to the others and told them the good news. At the same time, Cat revved up the engine. We were good to go. We literally jumped of joy as the boat started to move. Gosh, I can't believe it. We're really doing this. We're finally getting out of here. It is hard to believe, but it is true. We did it. No, you didn't have to thank me all at once. There, we really did it. Thank you, Cat. You really saved us. You did. We wouldn't have been able to get to this point if it weren't for you. I'm glad that I didn't punch you in the face. There's no need to thank me or try to at least. Actually, I should apologize that I didn't do any of this sooner. The intercom rang out. Got turned white as a shit, and when we heard the voice, that was all too familiar. No. Damn it. Damien. Ding ding ding. I guess you learned at least something in school, cat. Not enough, clearly, but hey, it's something. There's got to win a participation ribbon somewhere. You knew what I was planning. Of course I did, dearie. I made you. I know exactly how you think. And I have to thank you. Your mother will be proud of the show you've given us these last 2 years. What? Oh, I'm sorry, did I forget to tell you? While you were busy filming JD and those other bitches, my team was filming your brave attempts to save these idiots. It gives the audience a little more reason as to why they should stay in line, you know. After all, if I do this to my own daughter, imagine what I do to someone who wasn't. You're a monster. Flattery will get you nowhere, Kit Kat. Well, it doesn't matter now. Do whatever the hell you want. We're getting out of here. We fixed the boat and there's nothing you can do to stop us now. We're getting out of here. Saying garbage like that is just playing with fire, my love. Hold on. The earth started to shake even though we were on the boat. I could tell the island was rumbling. In the distance, a metal barrier slowly rose out of the ocean and all around the island. It climbed higher and higher till it cast a shadow over the boat. You have to be fucking kidding me. It's over. Higher and higher till the only daylight we could see was just from a circle above us. We were trapped. How about we play like a game, little rats? Damien spoke down to us in some kind of holographic screen on the walls. He gestured to some kind of machine behind him in what looked like a strange kind of setting. You know, this reminds me a lot of The Truman Show, that Jim Carrey movie, right? You know, being trapped in a dome. I've got myself a little switch here that controls the barrier. One push of this and you'll be free to go. It'd be easy for you to walk on and flip it. You get rid of all security. But this switch is only going to work if you have two people's handprints with producer level clearance. Sure, you've got Cat, but you'll never be able to get mine. He pulled out the same gun I've been shot with before. Don't let that stop you from trying. The hologram disappeared with a click, leaving us in an uneasy silence. Our hands are tired, we got no choice but to go back. Hello, he's got a gun. He'd take us all down before we even have a chance to grab him. We've got no choice though. If we wait here, it's only a matter of time before they can send people after us. I guess we have to head back to the beach. Let's turn this around. We got an ass to kick. No, that's exactly what Damien wants you to do. Turning around part or the ass kicking? I'll leave that to your imagination. I'm guessing that boat. He seems like that type of guy. Anyway. Damien has a script that he wants to see play out. People try to revolt, fail, and get killed. I guarantee you, if you use that, he has a plan for it. He'll find some kind of way to turn us against each other and then none of us will make it out of here alive. Even so, we can't just stay here and wait until we're out of time. JD and I will go and I read my name like JD and I will go and flip this ship. This switch. Besides, we're the only two people here who can do anything about it. What do you mean by that? I thought that only you and Damien... I'll explain on the way. There's no time. Are you ready to run? I won't allow it. There is no way we are letting JD go back here without us. Oh, thank you. You said it, sister. No, thank you. Actually, I'm not letting you all lose your one chance of getting out of here. Scarlet, please. You know exactly what Damien is capable of. I don't like this, Cat. I know. Let them go. Believe me, I hate this. I hate this to my core, but Cat's right. Cat didn't waste a moment. She reached for my hand. My god, dude. Before I knew what I was doing, we ran off to the boat together and back to the mansion as fast as we could. I was running on pure instinct, like my body had done this before countless times. Oh no! I looked back to the boat for once. Just once, but I couldn't help but linger for a moment. I could tell from their faces that they wanted to be running with me, not waiting for us to come back. I'm going to make Damien pay for making them suffer like this. Went back to running and followed Cat's lead. It's earlier than I planned, but there's no time like the present for exposition about your past. It would be good to know why I'm running with you, yeah. Will it happen to be resistant to bullets? Yeah, maybe. It would be amazing if that was the case. We'll find out if you are together. Oh my god. Though, if you look at your story, at your history, I'd say no. Hey, I survived the time that you shot me. I'm pretty resistant. Touché. Bulletproof, I wish I was, but Radiohead started playing in the background. Before you came into the show, you were a producer just like me. We used to work together. We were partners. Oh my god, you have to be fucking kidding me right now. Like, come on. In more ways than one though, that was forever ago. Living and working on this island was the only life I'd never known. It sounds awful, but I didn't have a problem running these shows. There was nothing different to compare it with. But then I met you. I've got an idea that will bring someone like you to this island, but meeting you changed me. She smiled like I've never seen before. You made me see that there was a world out there that was beautiful. You made me hope that could be part of that world one day. And you helped me realize that we need to shut this place down if we wanted there to be a world out there after all. For years we worked together to free as many people as we could from these death trap shows. We shipped them away for safety, faked their deaths, everything. And we did just that for a time. What the fuck? And then Damien started to suspect something was up. Each day he got closer and closer to figuring it out until I knew we couldn't stay any longer. But it was too late by then. Damien caught us. You mean you betrayed me? I can't remember much, but yeah, I remember you and we were together, yeah. And then you sold me out. Then when we were trying to escape? Why? It's like I said before, I didn't have a choice. I still don't. What? I know you have no reason to trust me anymore, but I don't expect you will. But we need each other's help to get off this island now. Since both of us are technically still producers, we can activate the switch if we work together. We don't even have to take Damien down, though I doubt he let us use it that easily. That's why I was the password to that PC. Can you trust me enough for that? Honestly, I don't know. A part of me wants to trust Kat, the same part that unconsciously remembers that I did for years and years. But how can I forget that betrayal, even if she'd had her reasons? Yeah. Sure, oh my god. I'll keep an eye on her. When we got back to the mansion, Kat made a beeline for the laugh. I ran with her as fast as I could. Our footsteps on the winding metal staircase echoed like a thundering drum. You're about to see the real reason why the show is on this island. Kat took her master kit and slid it into the hidden socket in a wall behind one of the tanks. Like, don't say I didn't warn you. The same wall split into two doors, slowly revealing another hidden staircase. Are you kidding me? You think you guys could get an elevator instead? I said the same thing. As soon as I took one step down to the staircase, I could tell something was different. You know, it's funny how the game, even though this is obviously like very tense, is like trying to put some comedic, dialogue into it, right? I just think that's just like a nice touch to have. Something was telling me that I shouldn't go down there. Come on, we don't have time to waste. I've got nothing to lose. With each step down, it grew darker and darker. Eventually, I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Then, light. Blinding light and... applause. Welcome, you finally made it. Damien's face was plastered over countless screens in a stadium that could fill thousands of people. Countless cameras littered the seats, all focused on a certain stage, a battleground sprawling with maze-like walls of all shapes and sizes and littered with guns. I do have a question though. because I've just discovered a bit of a plot hole. How did we, you know, got through the island and got here without facing the zombies? Just throwing that out there, right? How did that happen? Thanks to the walls, we couldn't see Damien directly, but we knew he was here from the screens. We wouldn't have a show with you idiots, so I'm so glad. We wouldn't have a show with you idiots. What? So I'm glad you actually came back. Oh man, you couldn't even bring back the others? You're no fun. You just really gotta make me work, huh? Anyway. Congratulations on making it this far, etc, etc. I gotta say I'm proud of you making it here, daughter of mine. I'm impressed that you remembered your old hunt, just from a few seconds of video. No thanks to you dirtbag. Yeah. Is that any way to thank someone who gives you room on board? You gave JD a way nicer room than I ever got. Blame your mom for that one, kid. Anyway, how about you be a dear and explain the game you got on here? The switch we're looking for is somewhere here. The problem is, so is Damien, and he's got a gun, and more ammunition that he needs to kill both of us. What about the weapons on the ground? Maybe there's something we can use to level the playing field? It's all we can do, but the odds are in favor. Most of the weapons lying around are useless. They were meant to make people lose hope that they could fight back. Most is better than all of them, at least. Well, yes and no. There's no hope to lose if they knew all of them were fake. That's Damien's MO. He'll keep the people trapped on this show is just enough hope for escape, and he'll use that to trap you. Real guns among the fakes, boats and planes, when you're trapped on an island. If you're going to make it through this, you can fall for his game, understand? Okay. Loud and clear. Then let's go, there's no time to waste. We ran from wall to wall, taking cover each time. Whenever we had the chance, we'd pick up what looked like a gun and see if it was real. We only had seconds to check for each one. Damien was hot on our trail. A gunshot rang out, blowing a hole through the wall Kat and I were hiding behind. What's the matter? You're like two rats in the laugh. Thank God we didn't bring the other girls, honestly. Right again. Shrapnel from the wall scraped at my arm. Fuck. It was like my arm had been lit on fire. JD, are you okay? I'll live, don't worry. We need to find a weapon. Yo, I'm a badass. Who knew that? Oh, we need to find the switch, yeah. We ran behind another wall, narrowly dodging another shot from Damien. It dawned on me that he wasn't even trying to hit us. He was trying to make us scared. And it was working, but why? He's reloading, come on. We dashed out from behind a wall and ran past Damien, looking desperately for the switch and for any weapons we could find. I managed to pick up 2 pistols. Kat did the same. Damn, looks like they are fake too. How's yours looking? I took a look at the first one. Upon further inspection, it was clear it was no more than a plastic toy. But then the second one, I realized the same second I did. It was real, with a single bullet loaded. Alright, that's good, let's... Another 2 shots ran out, blowing a hole in the wall just next to where my head was a second ago. Fuck, how come he gets that fucking hand cannon? That budget's got to go somewhere, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, we got the gun. That's probably the only real one in the stadium. Alright. We need to find the switch now. Even with a gun, we're no match for him. Sounds good to me. We ran further through the stadium opposite the entrance, but we were scared in the middle of the stadium. And there he was. The switch. You'd think they'd have hit it better. Yeah. Damien's laughter echoed through the arena as he reappeared in the skies above the arena. Congrats, you found the switch. It's a damn shame I forgot to mention something about the switch here. You won't do jack shit even if you both have access, as long as I've got a heartbeat. And I plan on sticking around. But I'm no heartless. Heartless. How could you be so heartless? In fact, I think I'm a pretty decent guy for what I'm about to do. Kat looked like she had just seen a ghost. Kat, JD, I got an offer you can't refuse, but only one of you can claim it. If either of you kills the other one, I'll let the one left standing go. We cannot fall for his traps. We'll forget this ever happened and call it a wrap on find love or die trying. I'll even let the survivor leave this out when you're lying. I can't even guarantee I'm telling the truth because this is airing live to the world right now. People bow down and get in line because I tell them the truth, because they know I keep my word. They wouldn't believe me for a second if I ever went back on it, you know? Not a bad idea, not a bad deal, huh? Especially consider that if no one takes that offer, I'll just kill both of you. I'm giving you 5 minutes to decide, then I'm coming for you. The screen shut off. Kat and I looked at each other, a mix of horror and fear in her face. There was no doubt that mine mirrored hers. JD, I can imagine what's racing through your head right now. You probably think I'm going to betray you again, right? I think, yeah. I was at a loss for words. You don't have to say anything. Look, I can blame you for doubting me. And honestly, if you just shot me right now, I'd be okay with it. Because then you'll be free to go. I know Damien will keep his word. But if there's even a slight chance that you want me to be able to escape from here too, then I need to ask you something that I know sounds insane. What's that? I need you to give me the gun, the only real one we got. Look, I'm not stupid enough to know how that sounds. And I get it, please give me a choice. I want to see both scenarios. I want to save and then see what happens. The simple reality is, I've known you for so long now, and one thing I know about you is that you're a terrible shot. Me, I'm as good as you can get on this island. I think I'm our best bet of taking him down. But I understand completely if you're not willing to trust me. If you think I'm lying, I get it. And if you don't trust me... She closed her eyes and pressed her finger against her forehead. Then please just make it quick. The gun in my hands had never felt so heavy. On one hand, I guarantee that I can make it alive here. On the other one, trusting Kat. Can I trust Kat after all that she's done to me? Can I really believe her words? Then the memories that can prove or deny them are lost? I got no time, I have to choose. I save. Please let me save. I trust you, Kat. You do? After everything I've done? After everything you've done, yes, I still trust you. You know, you've been forced to do some awful things to people that don't deserve it. But I know there's good in you, and I believe in that you take it. Thank you. She took the gun from my hands. I won't let you down. Well, if you do, it's not like I'd be around enough to get it, yeah. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's do this. We decided to seek Damien out and try to get the drop on him, rather than waiting for him at the switch. My heart was practically bleeding out of my chest. I couldn't tell if Kat was as nervous as I was. If she was, she hit it with the same poker face as she always had. We dashed to another wall for cover, looked around and repeated. How much time has passed? It feels like we're looking for him for hours with the pressure, though I know it can be more than a few minutes. As the minutes passed by, I could tell Kat was growing more and more impatient. She trained her gun whatever she looked. Her trigger finger ready to shoot or only put it at any time. Left, right, and glanced around and then I looked at her and back again. Hands were shaking. Looked left, looked right. We got only one shot to make or break it. Looked back to Kat. She's checking a corner ahead of us. She looks left, she looks right. It takes everything to have to stay focused. Don't think about dying, not even the possibility. Seems to look back at me. Oh no. Tim is walking closer and closer behind her, with his gun resting on his shoulder. He can't be more than 10 meters away. Slowly lifts the gun off from its resting position. Before I know it, I'm running towards her with everything I have. Something is making me run, something I've forgotten. Something I'm just starting to remember. It's the two of us at the beach. I can see it now. How many hours has it been? We made it to the ship, but it wasn't enough. The alarms were deafening. Security was going to be here in any minute, and our only saving grace was wouldn't start. Oh yeah, that's it then. I never heard Kat ever sound so desperate. Well, at least we tried, right? Boss can say that. She lowered her head and leaned on me. No, we're not giving out just yet. There's nothing you can do, JD. The engine's broken and the guards will be here any minute. We gotta list some weapons. It's not over yet. I grabbed the precious few firearms we had and split them between us. There's two of us and hundreds of them. There's no point. Not to mention you're a terrible shot. You're right. Taking them on will be suicide. But that's not what you'll be doing. Me? I'm just some nobody. But you're the big man's daughter after all. Your word means a lot to them. She was horrified. I would be too if I were in her shoes too. No, I won't let you do this, JD. We didn't have a choice. Look around. Look, I'm not happy either, but us both dying here will be worthless. But if you leave, you get a second chance to make it out of here, and a second chance to see the other side. I know, but what's the point if it's not with you? Okay, well, goddamn. You have to find that out yourself. They're almost here. Come on, we're running out of time. Her hands were shaking. It looked like she was going to drop her gun any second. I hate you for doing this, you know? I know, and I'm sorry. She slowly raised her arms and trained the guns and slid directly at me. And now we wait. Can you do me a favor? What's that? Don't shoot the face, please. I'm rather proud of it. I don't know what I do without my supernaturally good looks. Yeah, dude. She laughed through the tears. I would have still loved you, even without them. Cap. That's Cap. Right by Katya. She kissed me for the last time. I love you. I love you too. Sorry, but it's gonna be the face. Let me just take off the safety. Wait, I didn't sign up for this. I heard my favorite sound one last time. I could hear the guards coming now. We only got a few seconds left. The bright side, I won your tank box. Our bet? She laughed. I think it's pretty clear who won the bet. I could see the guards now. My time is up. What makes you say you did it? I'm alive? Everything hurt so bad I almost wish I wasn't. The shock must have knocked me out cold. I caught her blood as my vision flashed out. Flashed in out rapidly. Too fast to tell that I'd been fatally shot. It was all I could do to try and stay cautious. Is it as you said, Father? Anyone who breaks the law must be punished. So you were pretending all along, and I hated you wrongly. But it was because I thought that you were a piece of shit. You know what you did? You're in luck, by the way. See the whole escaping thing. I'm afraid it's going to have to fire you. No severance. I tried to make a witty coming back, but the only thing that came out of my mouth was cough up blood. But you're in luck, and the opportunity just opened up, and I think he kicked me in the stomach and then rolled me over with his foot. You'd be the perfect fit. He laughed as he crushed my palm under his foot. You might think I'm going soft on you by not killing you alright. He looked down at me, then back at her. But my bad worse, you both wish I had. Do whatever you want. I don't care about JD anymore. He laughed like a maniac. I never did like JD much anyway. My vision's fading. His words turned to vapor as I could feel myself crumple into nothing. The last thing I saw was her face. She was holding the river back with everything she had. Who are you going to fool with a poker face like that? Kat, I love you, always have, and always will. I'm so sorry for you, what I have forced you to do. You know, it's funny because when I started the gameplay, I said and I asked, is there a way for me to romance Kat? Well, there you go. That's the way, I guess. We did so in a past time. Even more so, I'm so sorry that you'll be alone now, but I hope one day you'll understand. Flashback to reality. I've almost reached God. I push myself to run faster and faster than I've ever done in my life. Kat doesn't see him, but she does the alarm. She sees the alarm going off in my eyes. Damien points his gun at his daughter. He's preparing to take the shot. Kat starts to turn around, but there's no time. Damien's finger pulls back on the trigger. What am I doing? I see the world turn into slow motion. Why am I throwing away my life for Kat? These memories are mine, yet not at the same time. Who can say if I'm the same person as before who loved her so much? Who can say if these memories were a completely different me compared to what I am right now? There's no time for answers. Even if I've forgotten you over and over, somehow I remember you, and I know that I will do anything for you. I run past Kat and throw myself in front of her, because I love her. A gunshot rings out. It's like my body is struck by lightning and set aflame. He fires again and again. When the screwball planes ripples across my body as shot after shot rips through me. It's not like the movies where someone can't stand after being shot over and over and over. The firing stops and my vision starts to fade. I can barely hear him reloading over the sound of my body, screaming in agony. My knees buckle and start to fall. As I fall, I can see Kat with her gun trained on Damien. There's no fear in her eyes. Her hands aren't shaking, but she's biting her lips so hard that I can see it bleeding. The last thing I see right before the dark takes me in is her finger pressing down on the trigger. Wake up, JD. What? Please don't die. What's happening? Am I alive? I never heard her sound so desperate. Please just wake up. I can't lose you again. Not again. I took everything I had just to open my eyes and breathe. Kat was crawling me in her arms with tears streaming down her face. Thank God, don't pass out just yet. Don't pass out again just yet. You almost gave me a heart attack. So sorry, Kat. I coughed up blood. Damn, I'm a tough son of a bitch. Save your strength. You get him? We did it. That's great. The switch? We should be able to get it now, but you're in no shape to walk. And to be honest, I'm in no shape either. I looked up at her and felt my heart drop. You've been shot. She laughed. Yeah, now I know what it feels like. What the fuck? I'm even more sorry for shooting you back then on the beach. There was nothing else you could have done, Kat. That didn't stop me from regretting it every second of this past 2 years. That day I made myself a promise. It didn't matter how many people I have to hurt or how much I will have to hurt. I will get you off this island alive and well, even if it was the last thing I did. Even if I had to see you fall in love with somebody else 100 times. And that I did. Multiple times. Even if I knew it meant I would never be with you again. I made a promise back then, and I'll keep it even if it kills me. Slowly, Kat tried to lift me off the ground keep me up from the ground onto her back. She screamed and coughed up loud as she tried to lift me up. Stop, you're going to get yourself killed. Then that's exactly what I'm gonna do. She lifted me onto her back and took one step back towards the switch. I told myself back then. She stepped forward again, her legs were trembling. That if you weren't living this island alive, neither will I. Another step closer. Because I love you, you know? One more step? I know you don't remember most of our time together. Her breath was getting ragged. She takes several stalls and have to pause for breath. Honestly, I'm glad that you even remember bits and pieces. I'm grateful for whatever I can get. The switch is inside. And maybe the you I fell in love with doesn't even exist anymore. We're so close to it yet so far. Come on. But I like to believe it's still you. What a plot twist. What an incredible switch. What a story. What the hell. You're still the same JD that I fell in love with. We were just steps away from the switch. She collapsed. That I'm still the one you love. Okay, hold on. No, she hasn't. She laughed bitterly. It's just wishful thinking, I know. Yeah. We're here. We made it. She coughed up blood again. Oh my god, dude. Need to put your hand on the scanner. Can you do that? Got it. I used the last of my strength to reach my hand forward. With every inch I drew closer to it, my vision grew darker. I pushed harder and harder with everything I had. Got it. My turn. Done. All that's left is to pull the switch. Sorry, JD, I'm going to have to put you down for a second. Let's do this shit. No problem. Cat gently rested me on the ground. Fuck, I can barely stand now. She stumbled towards the switch. She managed to catch it with her hands and used it to give herself a ride. Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. She pulled it with the last of her strength. A second later, she fell to the ground by my side. The cacophony of machinery filled the stadium that must be with the barrier opening. We did it! I'm so sorry. What for? I don't think we're getting out of here after all. I can't even move. It's okay. We had a good run, you know. I guess you could say that. At least the girls will be able to get out of here. Oh my god, they deserve better than to die here. Yeah. I love you. Always have and always will. For these last 2 years, I dreamed about us starting a new life together, somewhere far from here. But I guess life is not like the movies. Dreams don't come true. I wish we could have met in a different place, at a different time. Maybe, just maybe then, we... Cat? Cat! Her eyes were closed, streams of tears running down for both her eyes. My vision blurred even more as tears welled up my eyes. We could have met in a different time, a different place. I'm sure our story would have been so different. I wish we could have Cat. I tried to move closer to her, but my body refused. It was all I could do to move my head around. I looked around in futility for some kind of miracle that could save us both. This is too sad of an ending. I looked to Cat. I looked to the heavens, which had all but abandoned us. I looked behind us, and I saw what could only be described as angels. It was the girls. I tried to speak, but no words could come out. I must be dreaming. I must be. The world turned to black. Am I dead? If I keep asking myself that, it's bound to be right sooner or later. But somehow, I think there's more to come in my story. And I know there's one person that I want to spend the rest of it with. I love you. Oh, fuck. No, shit. No, fuck. Good God. After everything I've done, the answer that the game wants me to give is Cat. The answer that I want to give is Violet. I love you, Violet. Cat is even in front of everybody, huh? We're gonna... I love you, Violet. Woke up in an unfamiliar room. Is the room shaking? I tried to get up. Oh fuck. Look down to my body. I've been bandaged up enough to look like a mummy. But I'm alive. I'm gonna get my thoughts afterwards. Welcome back, JD. I know you'd make it, but you had me for a second. You know me, I like to keep things interesting. It's great to see you again, Violet. Likewise. I'm not sure what I would have done if I had lost you. I've grown that attached, you might say. I'm sure the others want to know you're alright. A moment, please. I left the room, then came back a few moments later. Oh my gosh, you're okay. I'm so glad to see you alright, JD. You really didn't make it easy to save you either. Oh, and if you find yourself craving brains or bananas, that's entirely unrelated to how I treated you. Scarlet is a genius. Oh my god, I love you. Oh my god, thank you. I'm just so happy it worked. If you died after all we've been through, I'd kill you. Terra. But I'm really happy that you're here for me to say that. What I think we're trying to say is we got your Yusuke. You know, the Resistance could use someone like you, JD. Besides, it doesn't look like you have a real job anymore, huh? I'll have to think of that. Thanks, guys. You really stuck out your neck to save Kat and I could never thank you enough. It's what you will do for us, JD. We ran after you 2 moments after you left. Hello, Figura. Hello. Welcome to the stream. There was no point in us escaping if he wasn't with you. Yeah, I know Kat said not to, but hey, I didn't remember that at the time, so it's all good. By the way, Kat's doing well too. She's resting in the room next door. We managed to save the brothers 5 too. I couldn't let them just be stranded after, well, all that we've been through together. That's great news. Thank you for letting me know. We should be thanking you. None of us will have made it out of this island if it wasn't for you and Kat. It's true, despite whatever you say, you may hear Terra say. I'm just saying, I have a pretty mean right hook. So good to see you all. I got no idea what the road ahead has for us, but whatever it has in store, we face it together. You bet. I'm surprised you can say that with a straight face, but yes, I wouldn't have it any other way. I could really use you as a PR person for the Resistance, JD. You got a thing for the speeches, yeah. Wait a minute, if everyone's here and Kat's next door, who's driving the boat? Huh? Everyone look at Terra. And that's the serious exit for Terra. Bite. For Terabyte. Terabyte, that was her name? Terabyte. She ran off like a cartoon character. We laughed together and it felt like it had been so long since we could just laugh. No cameras, no fear. Just friends fooling around. This is a visual novel. Yeah, this is a visual novel. Anyway, so good to see you, okay? That said, team, we need to give JD some rest. Once again, I'm not trying to quarantine you because we didn't use a zombie virus unique properties to save you. Thanks, Scarlet. And thank you everybody for coming to see me. Don't mention it. We're all in this together and all that, right? See you later, JD. Alright, enough with the cheese. Get out of here before before JD needs rest. Okay, I'm going zombie apparently. And with that, I was alone. I thought they'd never leave. Hey Scarlet, what's up? Nothing, she was hiding a syringe behind her back. I need to give you a shot for good luck. Right. I put my arm out forward, while the doctor knows best. I'm not a good doctor. She injected the good luck into my arm. I just wanted to say thanks again. My life went off the rails. Back at the Alwen, even before the show. The ones you're changing after they got it during the Alwen, if anything. Let's put it lightly. She laughed. I know if I stayed there, I never would have been truly happy for the rest of my life. I never would have been able to help people ever again. So thank you. You've been out, so there's no way you'd know, but today's the day that would have been the last day of the show, the final ceremony where you asked one of the girls to be with you. Now, I'm not saying anyone's rushing for a proposal, but I think there's somebody waiting for you up on the deck. She's a keeper, so you better treat her right. Thanks, Scarlet, I will. She kissed me on the cheek. Don't mention it. And then I was alone in the room. It's time to go see her. I reached for the door, and a second later she opened it. There you go, there's my girl. Nah, I picked Violet. Loading. I decided not to attack Kat because I thought it would be stupid and I will beat Took 100%. I decided not to shoot Kat because I trusted her after all. But here I decided with Violet because she's been through a lot. And I like her story arc and this is truly what I will pick. Again, I always put myself in the situation, in the shoes of the protagonist. My second choice would have been Cat for what happened here, but I feel like it's necessary for us to leave each other alone for quite a while in order to move on, because that was an unhealthy, to say the least, unhealthy relationship for 2 years now. We have to move on. We can't just hold on to that forever. Hey, JD. Should you not be resting? Probably, but I won't stand for it. Here, let me help you back to the bed. I'm gonna, by the way, just a small note here. I have all of this loaded up because I want to see the different outcomes, but I will probably be a video, not on the stream, but a video, a standalone video of what would happen in the most important decisions of the game. Specifically this one, I want to see. My second choice would honestly Cat. I would have picked Cat, and then I want to see what happens when I pick the rest of them. But this is my honest to goodness choice. 100%. This is what I would have done. Here, let me help you back to bed. Thanks, Violet. I put my arm around her, and she walked with me back to the bed. I wanted to talk to you. At first, I wanted to wait until later, but I learned some things you just cannot wait. Oh man, this is awesome as hell. Oh, this is a free game, by the way, and I've gotten like legit hours and hours out of this, and it's been an amazing story. I recommend watching the bots if you wanna see just a little bit of what this is about. I had to see you no matter what. Why's that? First, I wanted to thank you. If it weren't for you, JD, I know I would have never left that island alive. Right back at you, Bowett. You gave us hope when we'd all but given up. Compared to that, I didn't do too much. I could not have done it if it weren't for you supporting me all this time. You've helped me through so much. I'm more grateful than I could ever express. You helped me realize that there's no such thing as a guarantee. The world we live in, the things we believe, whether or not we will survive another day, they could all be taken away in an instant. I'm positive none of us ever planned to be on a show like this, no? I like to think so. Like, oh, give it a check there then? Yeah, please do. Like, honestly, like the bot from yesterday has the full playthrough up until this point that you're seeing right now. And, the whole gameplay that I've done during this stream. But it's just, like, honestly, a really cool game. I like to think so. If this is the way the world is, then there is nothing more important than making the most of every moment. That's all we have. It's true. She took a deep breath. More than anything, I want to share all those moments to come with you. We're getting married, boys. Like you've been there before, I want to make you smile when you want to cry. I want to make you as happy as you make me every day. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I love you. Will you be mine and only mine? I love you too, Violet. It'd be my pleasure to be yours. Wow, goddamn, dude, let's go. Will you be mine? She's feeling red. For always, if you will have me. I couldn't help but smile. You beat me to asking you. Was going to find you and ask you out. I suppose great minds think alike. Oh my god, that is great. Perhaps I am making a little more of the moments than you are, no? I don't know about that. I pulled Violet close and kissed her on the lips. She kissed me back passionately, as if it were the last. For a moment, time stood still. And all that mattered was Violet and I. It was bliss. I'm looking forward to moments to come with you, JD. I couldn't be happier. You took the words right out of my mouth. Here's to the moments we'll share. I love you. Audien Jean, I don't know you, but I love you. I think that you are a fantastic writer and an incredible game developer. This game is free. Here's one thing that you should know. This game is free, and it's on Steam. You can pick it up if you so desire. I almost kind of wanna cry. I'm not even gonna lie with you guys. I don't care, because it was an incredible story. You're welcome. Thank you for making this free. Like, I played worse visual novels that are paid for. So much worse. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Is there Yandere or Tsundere in there? There is. I think that I know the term Tsundere. I think. I'm so sorry. I'm not very good with those terms, but I think that there was a hint of that. Maybe. Kinda. Yes. I don't know if it's what you're looking for. But anyway, let me just go ahead and do. Let me go ahead and do. No. Return to the game. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the game volume for a second. It is in lowering. Let me go ahead and mute it for a second, if anything. It's been done. Okay, I just wanna go ahead and say something real quick. This is a fantastic game that I enjoyed very much. I will give it a recommend on Steam. I give it 5 out of 5. It had everything. It had like the romance of the girls. It had the dates. It had sex even. No, not explicit because this is still streamable on Twitch. It had a lot of drama. It had a lot of epic moments as well. Very emotional. Very. It's an epic tale from beginning to end because to put this in perspective, because perhaps you know because perhaps I might buy the DLC. I might buy I might get the special patch. I don't think there is a special patch actually for that. But there is a DLC that you can buy to support the game that includes a special art. I don't know if it includes anything NSFW, but I know that it has also the original music, which I believe is fantastic. Music was incredible. The game, the choices were impactful. The girls were very likable. The everything, the atmosphere. To put it in perspective, because I believe that you are watching this for the first time, Find Love or Die Trying, it is a game in which you wake up with amnesia, not knowing where you are, and you happen to be in a game show in which you have to marry a girl that you meet in about 2 weeks after 3 dates, and then if you don't get enough ratings, you can get killed. If they reject you, you can get killed as well, and then it moves up from there. But it has such an incredible narrative with the government and the war and it was New Asia as well, and everything was wonderful. Violet was my girl from the moment that I started dating her because I loved her very much. Afterwards, I guess it was either Scarlet, Yui, and maybe Terra, but I thought Terra was mostly like a friend. And then I felt like Ali was not really, a romantic partner, but a partner in crime for what we ended up doing. But honestly, just a moment, I took off the music just to have a moment of peace, to go ahead and sing praises to the game. There will be a video for this following this one, for the different endings that we can unlock. I'm gonna go through them, but I'm not gonna do it on stream. I will prefer not to do so because I want to use the time that I have to stream on a couple of different projects and stuff like that. That being said, that will be uploaded to YouTube if you want to check it out. Incredible game, lovely game, free game. I might buy the DLC. I don't know what it includes. I know that it was like music and art and stuff like that. I might buy it just to support the developer because I think that the developer knocked it out of the park. Just legit, this is why I play games, and I enjoyed it very much. That being said, the music is gonna go back in a few. Yeah, baby. Alright. You're downloading it. Yo, let's go. Check it out. You're gonna fucking love it. Believe me when I tell you, you're gonna fucking love it. I won't spoil anything for you. I won't say anything else. I just let you go ahead, go at it, and I'm sure that you're gonna love it. But if in the DLC is the stuff, tell me. I'm gonna, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna check out the DLC and let you know what's in it. But I might buy it, not for that necessarily, and whatever. But I'm gonna buy it just to support the developer, honestly. because what an incredible story. It's just an epic tale. It's an incredible epic tale from beginning to end, and I just, you know, with this gaming show, I'm gonna do an outro for YouTube right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me in this incredible tale, incredible epic tale of love, passion, and many wonderful things, and many incredible surprises and plot twists. I hope that people do not get mad because I chose Valorant. I hope that you guys realize that it was my decision and my decision alone, but we will experiment the other things. If you want to pick somebody else, go ahead and play this game yourself. You won't regret it. For now though, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for everything. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.